Product launches, why I don't do them, I hate crunch times. Everything goes wrong, and you got to work 100-hour weeks. So, keep giving the love, Stuart. Be sure to keep adding new content and bonuses for your existing clients. It keeps them very happy and creates buzz and testimonies, creates buzz throughout the internet, creates buzz within the forums itself that your clients belong to. And the best time to collect a testimonial, and I'll teach you this in sales over and over again, is when the client is the happiest. When is the client the happiest? When they just bought or you gave them something they didn't expect that's a high perceived value for a bonus. That's when you ask for the testimonial. When you sign the deal with a client that just spent $100,000 on a product, a life insurance policy for the premium, that client needs affirmations. He needs to reaffirm himself. So he needs to be reassured that he made the right decision. Evan talked about that yesterday. It's a very intrinsic part of sales. He has just convinced himself that it's the best thing in the world when he made that purchase decision. He has to go home and he has to convince his wife or her husband that it's the best thing in the world. So in their mind, they are telling themselves, the conversation in their head at that particular point in time is, I'll give you testimony because it's the best thing I ever did. It's the best product I ever bought. That's what you guys need to learn about sales. And marketing is selling, and selling is marketing, and there's a little bit of differences, but you can use both. So that's why you want to give them unexpected gifts. That's why you want to keep them happy, and when they're happy, when you want to buy. I have a rule in my office: every Friday I go out and buy something. I don't care what it is. It could be a big thing, a little thing, doesn't care. I feel good when I shop. Somebody said that yesterday. I don't remember who it was. I feel great when I shop. I have bought 2 luxury sedans, just showed up at home with my wife's like, I didn't know we were shopping for a new car. I'm like, it was sunny. I love to buy cars when it's sunny out for some reason. I bought the SUV on a whim. It was a sunny day, Friday. I'm out shopping. I see this beautiful black Acura MDX, and it had running boards that I wanted, and it had this on top, and I already had a car. I didn't need it, but I bought it. Boy, did I feel good. If they would have asked me to sign a testimonial at that point, especially because I had to go home and tell my wife I just bought a truck that we didn't need because we no longer had a third garage because our house wasn't finished yet, so we were living in another one, renovating, waiting for the other one to be built. I had to park one of the cars in the driveway. My wife kept telling me that the Q45 sitting in the driveway looked like white trash. She said that. She insisted it was because we didn't have a 3-car garage at that point. And I put the new Acura in the garage, so she didn't get it. Here's the rest. Hopefully, we're not over. I just meant this section. Don't breathe yet. So we have 3 minutes. I'm going to stop. This is the last slide, and I'll try to catch you some questions, okay? The rest. A sales letter more important than the product itself. How many times you read that sales letter, wanted to buy it, jumped at the bit to buy it, lined up because the product launch was so fantastic, bought the product and said, what? This isn't what I thought was in that sales letter. Ray's a copywriter. Harlan's a copywriter. Sales letter itself sometimes is more important than the product, at least until they buy it, because they're not going to buy it until they see the sales letter. Email capture landing page, I did an entire thing, I think is in here, part of it too, about how to design the proper email capture page. We can't get to it, very important. Graphics, autoresponders. Autoresponders, Frank Kern has a private resale rights copy of OneShoppingCart.com called Sales Automator. I use that, I use Aweber. These are just my links for that, but it's One Shopping Cart, which Frank's, if you want to pay Frank, it's Sales Automator, same thing. In fact, I called Frank when he was in Australia. Is Frank in here yet? Anyways, Frank forgot to renew the domain name when he was traveling the world for Sales Automator, which I didn't tell my list about. But that's why Sales Automator and all of us marketers that use it, it wasn't One Shopping Cart's fault. It's because Frank was on vacation and forgot to renew the domain. So he owes me some beers, by the way, wherever he is, because we're out of business with it. All right. So, easy ClickMate. Part of the launch strategy we used was if you're launching through ClickBank, always collect the affiliate information. Get the JV partners. Part of this presentation, I showed you how we did it. Guess what? You don't get to see it, but it'll be on the PowerPoints. You guys can have the PowerPoints. Jeff loves SurveyMonkey, so he can get his little pet monkey out. You can collect questions from these people. And we'll do a follow-up call. Is that fair enough? Okay, get the SurveyMonkey out. Got time for a couple questions now? I don't think so. Okay. Any questions? Yes.
Do you talk this fast in your 3-day?
Yeah, I do.
It's great. There's a lot of information, but my head's like about to explode.
Yeah. The last one I wouldn't do the full, but the last 2 or 3 I've done 3 days. It's basically me for, like I said several times, they keep me out until dinner time, after dinner, so.
In regards to doing an affiliate
marketing site. Like at StomperNet, they had a product there called the affiliate store. How do you feel about that product, or how do you recommend
It's Len
doing an
Thurman's
affiliate
product.
site? Right.
Len Thurman's. I think it's a great idea. I lost sound. Are we back? I do a lot with affiliate marketing. I do a ton with data feeds. I always have. That's one of the first things, if you remember from the slides, that I began working with. Still to this day, we use it. We inventory hundreds of them. That's where we get a lot of our content. That particular product was hosted on his server. It's the first store that you bought. You might be able to make it a little bit different than the next guy's, but it's hosted on his server. What happens if his server gets pegged by the SEO cops? What happens if somebody's on that same server sending out spam, and your store is on that server? You're out of business.
So is there anything else you can recommend?
You build your own. To get started in data feeds, where I got started was c3scripts.com. David actually spoke at one of my seminars. Real nice guy out of Canada. He has some great tutorials about using his software. We've used them. In fact, we had another company. I got quite a few companies, and we're not getting into why, just because I like to diversify. And we needed to get a new CJ.com account. We actually went, got one of his scripts off the shelf, threw it up so we'd get approved for that particular account, and it got approved, and we made $50 from that site just by putting the thing up and walking away. And in the first 2 weeks of the month that the sales were there, somehow we snagged $50 in affiliate sales for it. I used them to build huge networks and place my links on it to lead other links to my other important sites. But as a standalone product, all right, you've got to make sure you still get incoming links for whatever site that you do. It's very important. One-way incoming links have to be done, plain and simple. 2007 is the year that one-way incoming links, we've been saying that for years, and Google officially stated, Matt Cutts, through their spokesman, said on his blog, 2007 is the year of the incoming link. It's always been important. So go to c3scripts.com. David's got some stores there just to start playing with it. He's got one script that's called DYSE. That's more of a dynamic store. You can break out subcategories. If you're going to do it, don't take the script in its entirety. Break out the small subcategories, make it a niche store, and promote it for incoming links as a niche store itself. And you'll do better than if you just take the entire store and plop it on a domain. That will get you started. Once you get your mind around that, WebMerge is another great product that we've used for building affiliate stores for our own affiliate stores. If you go to cj.com has product catalogs, they call them. They're data feeds. You pay $250, they'll give you 5 to get started, but you have to have a piece of software that processes the data feed. A data feed is nothing more than a text file that happens to have content and product images that the affiliate companies give you because they want you to sell their products. So Comp for sure, CompUSA, they do their affiliate programs, they'll give you their data feed and you build a store with it. You just have to learn how to process it, and I would suggest C3 Scripts just to get a feel for how it works. That's where I got my start, and it worked out pretty well. So.
Jeff, you mentioned something that I've never heard anyone talk about. With Camtasia, in the redirect URL, you see people watch the video and then they jump over to a page to sound something. I remember you telling me Internet Explorer 7, it wouldn't function, it wouldn't go over.
There was 6, actually, that was the problem. Was it Frank Serializer Seminar?
I'm not sure. Do you know if that's fixed now?
Yeah, it's Frank Serializer Seminar. I mentioned that because at the time, the new version, Camtasia, if you put the jump to link in Camtasia, which means the video's done, it redirects them to wherever you want them to go. At that time, the new version of IE was blocking that based on some settings. So I always suggested hard-coding a link. Don't depend upon the flash redirect. Hard-code a link for whatever action it is that you want them to take in the HTML of the video itself, and put your best sales proposition, your call to action there. Free this, click here. But it was 6, and don't always have the same problems, but we've had some problems with 4 and 3. The last version of 3 before 4 came out, they had some serious problems that was based on the jump reef, but it wasn't IE, that was actually their coding that was a problem. Well, yeah, we screamed too. You know what the solution was? Buy 4. Like, well, it doesn't do me any good right now when I'm trying to create a video. So they're great people. It's a great piece of